Welcome once again to another TV box stop review. In today's video, we have a review of the Tanix TX9 Pro, Amlogic S912 Octa Core Android 7.1 4K TV box. This is the 9th model in the TX line of Tanix boxes, and they're constantly improving with the release of each new model. So coming up next, we have a full review on this latest model, along with a live demonstration and benchmark scores, so sit tight, I have more in a moment. So I'm back, and let's have a look at the package. The Tanix TX9 Pro comes in their native black box with their Tanix red logo printed to the top. If we look to the bottom, it shows that this is the S912 Octa Core Cortex-A53 version, with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of internal storage. And that's all for the package, and I'll now unpack the contents of the box. The TX9 Pro runs on the Amlogic S912 Octa Core Cortex-A53 CPU running up to 1.5 GHz. Its GPU is the ARM Mali TA20 Tri-Core GPU, running up to 750 MHz. It comes with 3GB of DDR3 RAM, and 32GB of internal storage. It has support for 802.11 dual-band 2.4 plus 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi, on Bluetooth 4.1. It has Ethernet LAN speeds of up to 1000 megabits per second, and it has functions like Miracast DLNA and NTSC. It runs on Android 7.1 Nougat operating system, and we'll see how it performs later in the review. In the box, you have the unit itself. You get this infrared remote. They've improved quite a bit on the quality of their remote controls, and surely it will control the basic functions of the box. This one even comes with a mouse feature, but believe me when I say it's nothing compared to the features of a wireless Air mouse or mini touchpad keyboard. You get one HDMI cable, a 5V 2A DC power adapter, and a user setup guide. Let's take a look at the box. The box is made of a black plastic housing, with a semi-glossy design to the top with the Tanix logo that lights up when the power is on. To the back, you have one HDMI port, two USB 1.0 ports. This is identified by its white color. You have one RJ45 Ethernet LAN port, one SPDIF audio jack, a reset button, and your DC power input. To the side, you have one SD card slot. And there's nothing on the other side. To the front, you have an LED clock display. And to the bottom, you have 4 rubber legs and there are no ventilation holes. So I'll connect the box to the TV, and when I return I'll continue. Welcome back, and we are at the first launch of the Tanix TX9 Pro as it performs its short boot up animation. It takes a few seconds, and now we are at the launcher. As you can see, Tanix has introduced a brand new launcher different from those used in other boxes. This new launcher comes with an animated wheel for accessing the various settings, along with animations for icons in the applications and settings area. You have the option at the bottom here to add shortcuts to the launcher. The launcher also comes with a navigation bar at the lower section of the screen, and a status bar at the top for easy navigation with the use of mouse and wireless pointers. The navigation bar also provides split screen function, a new feature provided under Android 7.1 Nougat. In the settings area, here we have the option to change the display settings to fit your screen size, the option to change your audio output settings, the option to change your screen resolution, and you have other options like Wi-Fi settings and Bluetooth settings. In the apps section, here you have a selection of some basic system apps, along with some movie streaming applications. I will now install some system information and benchmarking apps, and when I return we'll get right into that segment. So I'm back and let's check to see if the box is rooted. It shows that the box is rooted, running on Android 7.1 Nougat operating system. Now we have the DRM information. It shows that the TX9 has support for only some of the available services, which allows apps like Netflix to run up to 720p quality. Let's take a look at some system and hardware information. Under System, it shows that the manufacturer is Amlogic and the model is the TX9 Pro. Below it shows the box comes with 3 GB of RAM, and you have the remainder of the 32 GB of internal storage. Under CPU, it shows that the box runs on a 64-bit octa-core Cortex-A53 CPU, with a maximum CPU clock range of 1.5 GHz. Below it also shows that the box only has support for 32-bit ABIs, which means that this box can only run 32-bit applications. Under Display, it shows your screen resolution, and it shows that the GPU is the ARM Mali TA20 tri-core GPU, with a refresh rate of 60 Hz. Under Network, it shows that the box has dual-band 2.4 and 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi, along with signal strength, link speed and frequency. Under Android information, it shows that the box runs on Android 7.1.2 Nougat operating system, and it also confirms that the box is rooted. Under Thermal information, it shows that the box runs around 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. Under Codecs information, in this list, you have decoders like H264, HEVC, and VP9 decoding needed for 4K video playback. And that's it for system and hardware information. We now have the results of the various benchmarks. First, we have the results of the memory read and write speeds. The results show that the TX9 has a RAM copy speed of 2,643 megabytes per second. The internal memory has a read speed of 117 megabytes per second, and a write speed of 75. I now have some Wi-Fi speed test results. So on the 5.8 GHz band, I was able to reach the maximum speed on my 30 megabytes network, and on the 2.4 GHz band it fell a few digits below. I now have the Antutu benchmark results. And it shows that the TX9 got an Antutu score of 37,352. This score is not a high score, but it's a good enough score for the hardware used in this box. Now I have the results of the Geekbench 4 CPU benchmark. The results show that the TX9 got a score of 491 single-core and 2,149 multi-core. These scores are consistent with other S912 devices. For the final benchmark, I have the results of the 3D Mark Ice Storm Extreme GPU benchmark. The TX9 got an Ice Storm Extreme score of 4,351. And that's it for the benchmarks. I'll now run some 4K video samples loaded onto the box's internal storage to test for optimal 4K video playback. As you can see, the TX9 Pro played all of the videos, but some of the jellyfish videos had difficulty with the playback. For my final demonstration, I'm playing the mobile version of the game called Mortal Kombat X. This game contains fighting and gore, so parental discretion is advised.
You are outnumbered.
The TX9 Pro was able to play the game, but the rendering and smoothness of the graphics was not of the highest quality. So in summary, the Tanix TX9 Pro is a good TV box for watching free movies and TV shows. However, the 4K sample video playback and the 3D gaming was not of the highest quality. The box could have done with some ventilation holes, and one thing I experienced was that the SD card slot tends to give trouble at times. I've come to the end of my review of the Tanix TX9 Pro, Android 7.1 4K TV box. If you would like to get your hands on this device, it is currently being sold at gearbest.com and in limited supply. Use the link provided in the description area below this video. This also helps to support this channel and my website, and it helps me to produce more TV box reviews. Thanks for watching. Remember to like this video if you found it informative, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel for more TV box top videos.